Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus here live on Core Politics with me, Rob Double. It is Tuesday the 23rd of January 2018. Let's have a look at what's making the political headlines today. So to start off with, Labour Party in a bit of trouble over a report coming out this morning, and equality watchdogs are looking at whether Labour broke the law for offering discounted rally tickets to black and minority ethnic members of the party. Now, members of the BAME wing were offered tickets to an event in the East Midlands for £30, which is £10 cheaper than other party members, and Labour saying that the reduced rate was meant to improve representation at the event. However, Andrew Bridgen, Conservative MP for North West Leicestershire, has made a complaint to the Equalities and Human Rights Commission and is quoted in the BBC as saying, "I'm calling on Labour to refund the £10 racial surcharge." It'll be interesting to see what lines come out of that today. Next up, City in the dark on Brexit. Now, this is coming from the City of London regarding the post-Brexit relationship, particularly to do with financial services. Now, Theresa May has been accused of leaving the city in the dark, specifically businesses dealing in the financial sector, regarding a paper which was due to be published, which outlined the UK government's goals for financial services post-Brexit, what it was going to look like, what the relationship was going to be with the EU and the Eurozone. According to reports coming out in the FT today, this report is no longer going to be published. This paper is no longer going to be at least publicly viewable, including by those in the City of London. The FT is quoting senior city figures as saying they are promised a detailed position paper in the autumn in a matter of weeks. And obviously we're now in late January and that still apparently has not come out, nor will it likely come out now. There's been faced with continuous delays. And the big line here, obviously, is that ministers are saying it will not be published at all. Obviously, for the city, particularly in the financial services sector, there is an element of concern about what the financial arrangement is going to be after Brexit. So, very interesting story there. No doubt more lines on that in the next coming months to come. And finally, EU nationals will have their applications for residency paid for by the EU. Now, this was something that Brexit European Parliament Brexit coordinator Guy Verhofstadt has won the backing of EU Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker to do. What the plan is to effectively for the EU to get £230 million saved up to pay for the cost of EU nationals applying for residency rights in the UK post-Brexit. Obviously, when the rights of free movement are rescinded, or at least we think the rights of free movement are going to be rescinded from March 2019. The cost currently the plan is at least the cost will be on each individual EU citizen to make the application and pay the fee in order to apply. I think it's about £75 on the current rates. What's been being reported today is that this, of course, could give Brussels the moral high ground in terms of dealing with the rights of EU and expat citizens in the post-Brexit arrangement. Guy Verhofstadt is also giving an update on the Brexit negotiations before the EU Parliament's Committee on Constitutional Affairs a little bit later on this morning as well. Expect some no doubt punchy lines from that as well. And the committee will also vote on a plan to redistribute the UK's 73 MEPs after Brexit. Actually a surprisingly contentious issue if you look into the details. But that's pretty much it for today. You're up to date. Don't forget you can find all the latest on what we're doing here on Core Politics on our Facebook page and Twitter right here. But from me and all the team at Core London, have a fantastic start to your Tuesday.